Here's a brief but annoying message to let you know that you could have first heard this episode 9 months ago if you were a subscriber to our Iron Filing Society Patreon offering.
For the price of a pint and a St Clement's each month, you can get up to 4 episodes a week, 9 months before the rest of the world gets them. Early access to regular episodes, lots of other marvellous benefits, and there's absolutely no adverts or brief but annoying messages like this that will get right on your tits.
Find out more and subscribe now at tftimemachine.com/ironfilings.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, this is it!
This is Top Flight Time Machine. I am Andy Hot Buddy Dawson. Pow, pow, pow.
I'm Sam Nifty Delaney. So what?
Welcome along to the next episode of the Office Carnage Odyssey, I think we're calling it. It's a 1977 public information film called Have a Good Day, Dear. But the trick is, the twist is, you will not have a good day because you are walking into an office death trap. And for 15 minutes, this film is going to show you why you are almost certain to die if you don't conduct yourself properly within the 1970s office. And casual sexism, which we encountered last time, is one of the lesser.
It's the least of your worries in terms of physical harm.
Yeah, the fellow who deployed the casual sexism has come to no harm as yet.
Don
Brennan.
The good thing about this is it plays a little bit like an episode of Casualty, because you know there's shit coming, but you don't know where it's coming from and who it shall befall.
Exactly.
And so at this stage of it, it's quite sort of intriguing, isn't it?
Well, what's happened is we've switched away from Don Brennan and his terrible conduct.
Office cunt.
We're at the section where a woman is late for work. She's dashed past the commissioner. She pushes the buttons of the lift, which of course last time led to us doing a solid 15 minutes on pressing buttons rather than looking at the subject matter, but that's fine. So it's 9:10 in the morning. She's 10 minutes late. She's pushing the buttons. The lift doesn't come. And meanwhile, upstairs, George, the postman, has been pushing his trolley around delivering the post. But, oh no, what's happened? George has dropped some mail from his trolley. And the woman who was talking to him and wanting to know if there was anything on the trolley for her, she bends down to help pick it up. I hope she's using the correct lifting deployment method.
Bend your knees, back straight.
Yes, which we come to later on. Did you have training on that in any of the jobs that you did? So,
training. Not official training, but I remember moving office once at a job I had, and someone who was just like my line manager, she said to me, she taught me that, but it wasn't her job and the training wasn't official. She just said, look, there's a load of these boxes, make sure you fucking... And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is about 1993. What are you talking about? I know how to pick a thing up. I weren't born yesterday, you know. Right? And she said, no, you have to bend your knees. No, if I see something what needs picking up, I just grab it with my hands and whoop, up it comes. And they're like, she's like, no, you silly cunt. And but what happened then was, like, I was moving a filing cabinet, right? Because I was sitting in the build up to this, I was thinking, what's the worst injury I've had in an office? And like, there was a filing cabinet, and you know they hang in those, like, they're like metal kind of, no, they're like cardboard files with metal hooks at the top. Yeah. And so what I thought, I'll empty all of these fucking files out of the filing cabinet. That way it'll be easier to move the cabinet itself. It'll be lighter, right? And then I thought, I'll worry about them fucking files later. And
I'll just put them in a pile. A file pile.
I'll put them in a file pile, and hopefully people will just forget about them, that they ever existed. No one will notice that I haven't moved them to the new office.
I'm going to go a long way in this job. Right to the top.
I fucking lifted up all these metal files all in one go. All these files from the filing cabinet. And then I slit, like, it was about 10 of them all filled with loads of paper. So obviously I get them up and then they slip. I lose my grip. And one of the metal hooks slashes all the way down my inner forearm.
You see, there you go.
Right. And
there you go.
It was really, it it was a scar pretty much from like the bottom of my wrist down to my elbow, but on the inside, like so.
Yeah.
I'm showing Andy
Fucking
now.
hell.
And it was.
He's showing me now.
It was bleeding quite badly.
Right.
And but I carried on. It could have needed a stitch, and there was a light scar there for some years afterwards. Believe it's gone now. So just goes to show, I've been on the front line of office danger, and it weren't a pleasant place to be. And no one said go and get it disinfected or stitched up. They said keep fucking moving, cunt.
Mm-hmm. Wrap a towel around it, keep going. There wasn't like an office nurse you could go and visit or anything
Nothing
like
that. No, I don't even know if there was a medical kit. Don't know. I never saw a medical kit. This is in the early 90s. Later on, by the time of my last office jobs, health and safety had become more of a thing, and there's even now in every workplace, I believe. I don't know if it's like legally required, but most places have a mental health first aider, and you can do a mental health first aid course. So you can go over, say you see someone a little bit down in the dumps, you go over and you go, are you all right? Are you feeling a bit sad today? And they go, no, I'm fine. They go, are you sure? I know you did look a little bit like you had the hump about something. Well, of course I've got the hump. I'm at work, aren't I? It's shit. I know what you mean. Here, I'll tell you what. So I can make a nice cup of tea. No, thank you very much. I know. I will. I'll make you a cup of tea. I'll tell you what. I'll put a spoonful of sugar in it because that might pep you up a bit.
Look, I've got these files that need to be sorted by 11 p.m.
No, I can't move your files for you. I'm the mental health first aider. I'll make you a cup of tea now if you want with a nice sugar in it. You remember that? I think it was Mary Poppins, wasn't it? A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down the medicine. Sam, why are you singing? I'm doing a mental health first aid, so mind your own fucking business. This geezer can chop himself if you're not careful. I've got to sing to him, ain't I?
When I was a kid, I used to just eat sugar. I'd have a spoonful now and again because I fancied it.
And
you
you know
should do
what?
that. You know, this is why you shouldn't.
It'd cheer me up no end. Because I'll be sitting around the house dead bored. I feel quite low about myself because my dad never paid me any compliments and I was quite mean. And I'd be feeling quite sad and my self-esteem be rock bottom. And in the end, all I'd do is I'd go and get a bowl of sugar and start eating it like it were fucking cornflakes.
Really good.
And it would give me an absolute rush. I'd feel wonderful. But then half an hour later, I'd feel very cheerful and I'd cry. And then I'd just go to sleep. Anyway, would you like to try it? No, I would not. Was your dad ever mean to you? I don't. This is none of your business what the relationship I shared with my father.
Irrelevant.
Well, you have to tell me because I am the official mental health first aider. So if you don't tell me, I'll report you to HR.
For non-conformism.
I don't want to because that would make your mental health crisis even worse, probably. I don't have a mental health crisis. You've come up to me.
Well, at least I didn't.
This is completely unsolicited. Well, there. I tell you what, I'll give you a cuddle and I won't grass you to HR this once. But why don't you pop in an email what your dad was like to you when you were a kid? Take your own time about it, but you do have to tell me or I will grass you. Anyway, God bless. All the best. Another great day's mental health first aiding done by Sam. I probably saved his fucking life today thanks to me. Good job someone's keeping an eye on office morale.
Office morale. Who's the mental health officer in this podcast then? Is it you or me?
It's you actually, mate. Yeah, so you better keep up to speed on it because sometimes there's new innovation, so you have to redo your course every couple of years.
Yeah. Just go and have your fucking sugar when we finish this.
Mental health. Number 1. Have you given your staff enough sugar today? Mental health basics in the office. Number 1. Remember, your staff need sugar to stay energized and upbeat. Always keep sugar in a bowl and easily accessible to all of your staff. Number 2.
Massive bowl.
Have you sung a song to the saddest members of your team today? Make it from a popular musical such as Mary Poppins or Grease. Oh, grease lightning going down the highway now. Grease lightning, oh, grease lightning.
Aren't there some companies that have an office song that they all sing at the beginning of the day? Wasn't that a thing for a while?
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm going to put office song into Google and see what comes up. Oh, it's just the theme tune from The Office, the American version. Yeah, I'm sure that was a thing for a bit.
Office song.
And everyone have to sit together and sing first thing on a Monday morning, sing the song.
Get fucked.
Fucking hell. Some weird shit going on. Thank God for self-employment, working from home.
Fuck me, yeah.
So what's happened? Yeah, so this woman's bent down to help George pick the mail up. The late woman is running up the stairs, barges past someone else in the corridor, who then drops a folder. Oh. It's all kicking off here.
Well, what were we just talking about? Dropping folders. Very dangerous.
Dropping folders. Then she's going to have to pick them up. She'll have to bend her back. Not bend her back, keep her back straight. It's the other one, isn't it? Keep the back straight, bend the knees. So much stuff going on. So she just pushes the glass door open to get into the office, right into the fucking face of the woman who's on the ground, picking up the letters. It's horrific. And there's a freeze frame just of the moment of impact as the glass is about to smash all over a beautiful face.
A pretty
beautiful
face.
1970s office worker face. And the caption just says, "Have a good day, dear."
Oh, that's so horrible, isn't it?
And it just, we have some, not for the last time in this, we have some very chilling music. I'm just trying to get to the bit where she's just had her face smashed. There it is. We have some chilling music as we look across. Here it comes. Up the stairs. Very echoey staircase. Smash. Echo. Have a good day, dear. And then there's the chilling music, isn't there, this? Looks like something from a Hitchcock film.
It's filmed like a Hitchcock film as well.
In Britain, each year, there are more than 5,000 serious accidents in offices.
Cinematography's great.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Really good.
It's done properly. It's done on film.
What minute are you at, mate? Because I'm trying to work out
That's 3 minutes 15.
Okay. I'm a bit ahead
And
here. I've just seen something wonderful, but we'll get to it.
In Britain, there are 5,000 serious accidents in offices each year because we allow them to happen.
Because people are stupid and selfish.
We don't believe there is danger, so we don't look for it.
Well, I think it's sometimes good not to look for danger.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, because, I mean, look, danger sometimes is going to find you. But why go around thinking about it? If not, you become like my old neighbour, Margaret, and she was an agoraphobic. And she wouldn't go out the door because she was thinking too much about danger all the time. Do you know what I mean? And then before she knew it, she was stuck in. And one time, we had a deal with the neighbours that if any of us got locked out, they'd let us through their house into their back garden so we could climb over the fence and break in the back door, right?
That's good.
That was something that we did a lot. And it was just one of our... But because all the houses were terraced, you could actually go to any neighbour because all the gardens were like one long strip just with a little wire fence in between each house. So you could get it from any house, but you generally go for the house next door. So my preferred option was always Spencer and Margaret's house next door, right? Right. Because on the other side, Terry and Stacey, they were out at work usually. I knew Margaret would be in. She's a housewife. I knock on the door. I could see her through the glass. And I'm like, Margaret, it's me, Sam from next door. Let me in. I forgot my key again, innit? And she's just standing in the hallway looking at me. And she was not answering doors. She'd known me since I was a little kid, tiny. And she wouldn't let me in. It's because she was an agoraphobic. So she was always thinking too much about danger. And it was probably films like this that had wound her up about it. She'd got so... Because, you know, of course there's danger. You go out and get fucking hit by a bus tomorrow, today. You know,
well,
it's like...
If you do live and work at home or housebound for being agoraphobic or you don't have a job or you're a housewife or whatever, BBC One on a morning is not the place to be because it's wall-to-wall programs about crime and about danger and about fraud.
Yeah.
I was watching one this morning about how to secure your online banking to avoid being hacked or being conned by these people who ring you up. And if you just sit and watching that stuff all morning, you're just going to be living in absolute abject terror.
Exactly. You just sit.
It's a culture of fear we're living in.
There's always people up to no good everywhere.
Jalapeño. Jalapeño.
And you also have to just sort of remember something. I tell my kids, most people are good. Most people are, most people are just decent. And you have to bear that in mind. Yes,
they're a little bit thick, a lot of them. But they mean well.
Yeah, exactly. Not all of them have the best record collections, that's true. But that ain't everything. Some of them might even be Millwall. But you got to treat people as you find them.
A lot of them are racist, but ultimately they're not going to do you any harm, especially because you're white.
No, most people just aren't trying to trick you. I don't think.
No, yeah. No, they're not. But what was your theory? Are you clicking something?
No. Yes, I am.
Yeah. What was your theory? Danger will find you. Is that what you said?
Danger will find you if it wants to, and so whether you worry about it or think about it or not makes no odds. If it wants to find you, it'll find you.
There's no point trying to avoid it or be.
You're wasting time. If the danger's going to come, it's going to come. Deal with it when it comes.
Yeah, I suppose that's a viewpoint.
Don't seek it out. Don't seek danger out unless you like that sort of thing.
Lots of people do, don't they?
Well, I went to see my shrink once, and he prescribed me some innovative anti-anxiety pills. This is a few years ago, and I said, "Oh yeah," and he goes, and he went to me like this, "Yeah, I mean, these people have only just worked out they work for anxiety. They were invented for something else." He went, "But some people," he goes, "some people, they get a buzz off them. They'll do a handful of them, then get on their motorbike and go down the A3 at fucking 100 miles per hour because it's the only way they can get a thrill." And I'm sitting there thinking, what are you telling me this for, you nutter? You know I'm insane. What are you fucking telling me about the way in which I can abuse this fucking medicine you've just fucking prescribed me?
I think you'd be all right, though. I think you'd probably be all right. You know, actually, don't you? Cow abortions.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
It's like, you're not pregnant, are you? No, I'm only joking. You're not a cow, so it don't matter either way. No, take these. They'll see you're right. But whatever you do, just take one, like I told you. Don't be doing old fistful of the cunts and then going down the motorway on a motorbike. Because some people have done that and it ain't ended well. Anyway, all the best. Here's your prescription.
Read the label. Stick to the instructions. You'll be all right. Fucking hell.
Remember to have a decent breakfast as well. Don't take it on an empty stomach. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. He shouted that out the window of the mental home as I was leaving. Yeah. Well, have a sandwich, bacon sandwich, egg sandwich, proper breakfast. No muesli, nothing like that. All the best.
I mean, I was watching a documentary on the channel that I keep talking about. That's TV.
Yeah.
That I mentioned last time, and they have documentaries about the last 24 hours of now dead celebrities. Oh. And one of them was Keith Moon out of The Who.
Oh yeah.
And the thing that killed Keith Moon was he took too many tablets that was meant to be quelling his addiction to alcohol. Yeah. He had some of them that stopped you from wanting alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
But he was just taking them like Smarties because that was what he was used to doing when someone gave him some pills.
Yeah, well, that's it.
He just took loads of them.
If you've got an addictive personality, do you know what I mean? Then you tend to just think, oh, I liked that, so I'll keep taking it again and again and again until it stops being nice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was irresponsible to give them those pills. They're stupid, those fucking pills, anyway. They're not gonna stop. They're not gonna fucking solve the problem. Keith Moon should have looked deeper.
Well, it was 1978, wasn't it? They didn't do that kind of thing then.
No.
It was the same era as this freaking safety video that we're watching. If you want to have some laughs around the subject of addiction and recovery, the new John Mulaney stand-up special on Netflix is really good.
Oh yeah, he's good, isn't he?
Yeah, it's really good.
Have you?
What's going on there?
Sorry, that's Cookies outside the Vita Modular, and she's going demented. Stop it. That.
Grow up.
Pull yourself together. You idiot. You're imagining
Barking
things.
at you or anything in particular?
No, like at the sky. Hang on, I'm going to have to intervene.
Okay.
Right there.
That's fine. I'll just describe what's happening. Sam's walked across to the Vita modular.
Come in
Will
here.
Cookie be joining us?
Come in here.
If she does, no doubt we can look forward to some soil displacement from the plant that's in there. She's trying to beckon Cookie into the Vita modular. She doesn't want to come in. She's just barking at him. She seems to have lost her fucking mind. Sam is now has now left the Vita modular, and he's returned now with Cookie in his arms, and I'm sure that will remedy the situation. Yes, can you still hear me? Did your headphones go out of range?
Yeah,
can you still hear me now?
I'm here now.
You can hear me now, and you've got Cookie sitting on your lap.
Yeah, I've just got to calm her down.
Slightly calmed.
This will work for 5 minutes. How long have we got to do?
How long are we contractually obliged to do? About another 8 or 9?
Well, Cookie, you're going to have to fill in some gaps now. Fucking work for it. Work for your food.
Cookie, you're going to have to just
put her up near the mic.
Put her down, and she'll displace some of the soil on the floor again.
She's sniffing the microphone quite closely. Can you hear her?
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's quite a nice sound, isn't
That'll
it?
be coming through on the. Oh, yeah.
You know, my daughter's, well, she's studying and she's listening to a playlist. Like, she wants, like me, if I'm writing, I can only have, like, sort of, like, I can't have music with lyrics. You know, I need sort of ambient noise to stay focused. And she's found a playlist on Spotify that she likes called Brown Noise.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with this.
It's got sort of, like, quite industrial sounds and things like that.
Yeah.
I thought it reminded me of Brown John.
Yeah. A lot of people use it for trying to get to sleep now.
Yeah,
brown noise seems to work.
Yeah, we should investigate that further. Oh, fuck's sake, dog. Stop it. Okay.
Yep, all good. Everything seems to be calm now.
No, she's barking again, but we might just have to live with it.
What's she barking at?
I don't know, but she does this a lot. She, like, there's nothing there. She's, like, heard something or smelled something, and she gets really angry and starts, like, barking really grumpily. But, I mean, she's such a pathetic-looking dog. It's hilarious. Because it's like she's acting tough and trying to scare me. It's like she's the least scary dog you could ever fucking see. So it's actually embarrassing. And I say to her, you're embarrassing yourself.
You see this to me with Oscar in my life.
Yeah, well, does Oscar bark and try to act tough?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He barks at, like, other dogs when we're out for a walk. If they're on the other side of the road and he can't actually literally get to them.
Yeah, he'll bark.
When they come close to him, he's a bit more circumspect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid fucker.
Cookie adopts the submissive pose when she gets close to a big dog. So she runs over barking, and then when she gets within half a yard, she suddenly lies flat on her belly and makes herself right down low like a snake. It's really weird.
Yeah, that's dogs for you. So we're looking at the dangers around the office. There's open drawers. There are cables everywhere, tangled. Do offices still have cables in them? I'm not sure.
Now.
I've not been in an office for so long. Everything's cable free, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's stuff on high shelves. There's so many shelves in this film full of box files.
It's an absolute mess. I mean, this office is a particularly bad mess, to be fair. But in some ways, some things seem really old, like the big chunky telephones and the old typewriters. But in other ways, things seem like really... Like the files and the folders. Oh, have you got to the bit with the boobs yet?
The what?
Oh, because I've just been letting this play while we've been chatting. And there is...
You said boobs?
There's boobs. There is nipples coming up on this later in the film.
Yes, I'm familiar with that, but I haven't got through it in my notes yet.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've actually freeze-framed on it. It's 14:37, FYI, for anyone watching. Any boob enthusiasts watching, you want to skip to that bit. And it'll come as no surprise to anyone.
There they go.
That the boobs are pinned up next to the office cunt's desk.
Over the top of the health and safety poster.
Yeah, and he points at it and laughs as he as he walks out the office with his colleague for lunch. Look at that. Anyway, come on.
It's a 4 pints and get back to it.
Let's have 4 pints and a pie.
Office lunchtime drinking as well. That's died to death.
Yeah, that was still a thing when I was first working. There was a lot of office drinking. I mean, actually, in the early noughties, I got this job. It was my first television job, and it was for this like really short-lived youth TV channel called Where It's At, and I went on a guest.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, I went on as a guest. It was filmed in the Trocadero in London. That's where their studios were. And
that's where all the cool people used to hang out.
Yeah. And it was live, and it was all glass around it. So you'd be doing a show from the studio with everyone like standing outside and walking by. It's quite a good idea. And they offered me a job. I was a journalist. They go, someone invited me on because I knew a bloke who I'd worked with on a mag was producing there, and he said, come on and do a guest slot and talk about magazines. So I did. It went quite well. Fucking 2 days later, the boss of the channel called up, said, do you want to present on the channel? And I was like, I'd just lost a job. It was after Enter had gone down. So I was like, yeah. I was just like, yeah, if you're offering fucking money, I'll give it a crack. So I started doing it, and I had straight in at the deep end. I had to start presenting a live show with barely any script or anything, like from day one, for like 3 hours a day. It was chaos. It was a terrible channel. It was like car crash TV.
3 hours a day?
3 hours a day. That I learned really quick. I did it for about 3 months, and I was doing like 3-hour shows a day. So I worked out the end of my stint there. Like, I'd done fucking so much live television, having never done any before in my life.
And was there like features, or were like cartoons on or stuff like
very,
that?
Very few, but you would occasionally throw to like a VT and go, okay, now we're going to watch this, and then that would give you a little break. But a lot of it, because it was so low budget and low rent, they didn't have a lot of extra content. So a lot of the time you would just... I remember I interviewed Dave Courtney. Do you remember Dodgy Dave Courtney on my first show?
I do, yeah.
Right? Yeah. And he's sitting there and I'm interviewing him. But again, there was no production. There was no like, here are some notes, here are some questions. It was just like, Dave Courtney's on next, interview. And then someone in your ear would go, interview him. Right? So you're interviewing him, like I'm telling you, I've never done any live TV before, live broadcast of any sort. I'm interviewing him, and I'm just thinking, fucking hell, I don't know what to do next. Like, I've been doing this for ages. Like, what am I going to do? I've got no notes. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. So I decided to offer him an arm wrestle because I thought that would be entertaining. And I arm wrestled him. I mean, I was stick fucking thin in those days. Like, I was like a stick man. And he was a big bloke.
Did he crush you?
Yeah, he practically broke my fucking arm off. But I was proud of myself for coming up with the idea. Shut up! Whoa. I'm telling the Dave Courtney story. Anyway,
you even heard of Dave Courtney? Stupid little dog.
In between the shows, they had offices down in Wandsworth in like South London, and it was the summer, and it was all young people working there, and it was sort of lawless. There weren't any proper bosses. And we would go to the pub by the river every day and drink like 5 pints. Like, properly pissed out your fucking nut on 5 pints of like Kronenberg on lunchtime.
Yeah.
When I weighed like 10.5 stone and was like, 24 or something. I was just every day, just all over the fucking gaff, stumbling about like a cunt. And that was a big drinking culture, and that was like 2001 or something like that.
Yeah. Was that the drinking was after you'd done your 3 hours, though? It wasn't before?
No, it wasn't. No, this was like on the days where we weren't doing the show, because I'd only do the show 2 or 3 times a week at the studio. And on the days in between, we went into the production offices, which were in a different part of London, and planned the show. But it was like there was no one monitoring us, so we'd just go and get absolutely fucking smashed. So that was probably my main drinking job. Yeah, they were good times.
Good times. We'll leave it there, I think. You've got a bit of dog wrangling to do.
Yeah,
possibly.
I'll wrangle. Oh, it's all right. My wife's back, so I'll take the dog across the room. But anyway, let's wrap it up either way.
Next time we'll have a look at a kipper tie and a really long burning fag end.
Yeah.
And someone tripping over a phone cable and other hazards. And maybe some boobs if we get that far through it. I don't know. All right then. Thanks very much for listening and goodbye.
Goodbye.